because it's a challenge.
Oh, it's marvellous.
Absolutely disgusting. What's right with it?
I do know what I'm not talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Barry Welsh.
Some idiot's taken the steps away. I could have hurt myself. I have hurt myself. Somebody's going to lose their job, you mark my words. Yes, I expect this is a contract for another series. Dear Mr. Welsh, you are a rotten tooth in an otherwise healthy mouth, and we have decided to remove you before you spoil the other teeth. I'd like to thank you for all your hard work over the years, but I simply cannot bring myself to do so. F*** off. Yours, the Director General of HTV.
Ah, Barry! Barry! Barry!
Yes?
What's the matter? You look like you've just received a letter from the Director General of HTV saying you've been sacked.
You knew?
Of course I knew. That's what I've been trying to tell you for the last 3 weeks.
Well, couldn't you have put in a good word for me?
I did. As a matter of fact, I put in several good words. Puff, ass and bandit spring to mind.
Hugh, what have I ever done to you?
Ah, you've said a lot of unkind things to me over the years.
What? What?
But I won't hold it against you, although I know you'd like me to, you dirty git.
Hugh, can we just put our differences behind us?
Oh, the last place I want to find your difference is behind me.
Can't you just say something nice for once?
All right. Barry, I think you're a one-off.
Thank you very much.
One-off the rest, I mean.
You just can't help yourself, can you? Well, if you're ever up in Cardiff, drop in and see me. I live in Splot, number 4 Skin Street.
You don't make things easy for yourself, do you, Barry? Hang on!
What's going on?
OK, off we go. I'm going into the new studio for the rest of the series.
You're in the rest of the series?
Did you just say you're in?
No. Are you in the rest of the series?
Yeah. Yeah, see you, Barry. Oh, no, I won't, will I? You'll be able to see me, though. Cheerio. Go on, keep going.
What? Oh.
Dave and Dave have been called to a house in Oak Lane to deal with a spider.
Are you the arse?
Yeah, what's the problem?
There's a spider.
All right. Let's have a look at it. Where is it?
In my underwear.
Right?
Oh, no, it's your turn, mate. I got that crap out of the dog's rectum, remember?
All right. You just like to bend over the table. I've got to get that spider out of your knickers.
But it's not in the underwear I'm wearing. It's upstairs in the drawer.
Phew.
It's all right, then.
Yeah, we get a lot of calls like this. It's a bit of a nuisance, but we don't mind turning out to reassure an old lady.
Yeah. None of the spiders in this country are dangerous.
Yeah, I bet this is the first time in a long while there's been any activity in your pants.
You're terribly brave.
No. He's a lot more scared of us than we are of him.
Jesus Christ! It's a
Tasmanian bastard!
It's a Tasmanian bastard! What is a Tasmanian bastard?
Stop moving about, everyone! I'm going to catch the spider like this!
What's a Tasmanian bastard doing in your pants? Where did you buy them?
I got them in a charity shop. I don't know where they were before that.
Well, wherever it was, you got one of the deadliest spiders in Australia in them. I'll tell you, one bite from that and you can find it.
I'm sorry, Dave. I missed him.
He's got behind the wardrobe.
Okay.
It should be all right in there. I don't think there'll be a problem.
No, I mean, you're a lot bigger than he is. You don't need to worry.
No, that's right.
Bye.
Hello. The West Wales Tortoise Impersonation Society held a recruitment drive over the weekend in the hope of attracting new members. But with a full tortoise outfit costing up to £25,000, they could only find one person willing to shell out. They used to say that one of the worst things about being in hospital was the food. But that's all changed at St. Sardine's Hospital, Fishguard, where pioneering chef Lloyd Gross has put the patient's own organs on the menu. Here's Mrs. Thomas enjoying a nice grilled kidney, and she knows it's fresh because it was only removed from her this morning. With all the worries about BSE and salmonella, it's much safer for people in hospital to eat themselves. But I think I'd steer clear of the nuts. Fishguard's first Jewish pub is about to open. The bar mitzvah will cater for drinkers of all religions, but during happy hour, only those who have been circumcised will get cut-price drinks. And finally, Hollywood legend East Clintwood was in town today to receive the Freedom of Fishguard from Mayor of Fishguard, Mr. Kerry Twat. This great honour is in recognition of East Clintwood's contribution to Welsh culture, with films such as The Outlaw Josie Wales, and of course, The Good, The Bad, and The Swansea. I spoke to Mr. Clintwood after the presentation. Mr. Clintwood, you've just been given the Freedom of Fishguard. Does this mean that you prefer Fishguard to Haverfordwest?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, let me put it another way. People in Haverfordwest say that Fishguard has had it as a major player in world affairs. Do you think that Fishguard is on the way out?
No, I don't think it's on the way out. I just think that now they'll try to maybe modernize a little bit.
You mean electricity and proper sanitation and all that?
I think they're going to get away from the obvious cliches. You know?
Yeah, electric light would be a bit obvious, wouldn't it? And finally, Mr. Clintwood, do you think that you'll move to Fishguard now?
No, definitely not.
East Clintwood there, who will soon be moving to Fishguard. I thought I'd talk about my wife. I often think about her. She's dead now. Either that or she's got a terrible hygiene problem. I was thinking about the time she went for a smear test. When I went with her for a bit of moral support. Yeah. And also I was quite interested to know what made her vagina tick. I found out. It was my wristwatch that I lost. Still worked. Guaranteed to a depth of 50 feet. Why does my big toe always make a hole in my sock? My knob don't make a hole in my pants. I went to the doctor quite recently and I said to him, "Doctor, I keep getting a burning sensation when I pass water." And he said, "Do you smoke?" I said, "Yes." He said, "You want to be more careful how you hold your cigarette." The first time I used a condom, it burst and all my shopping fell out.
Oh, look! Who's that coming down the river? Why, it looks like our old friend, Mr. Geraint Pillock, and his coracle. Geraint, lovely to see you. There's something different about you this week. Oh, no, there isn't. I made a mistake. Now, Geraint, I must admit I was a bit shocked when I found out what your challenge is this week, because you challenged yourself to eat your own coracle. Yeah? Why do you want to eat your own coracle?
Mainly because it's a challenge. First of all, it's a challenge for me. Secondly, it's a challenge for the coracle. And again, it's a personal challenge for me.
Yes. Well, you say that, Geraint, don't you? You say, but I think there's more to it than that. Has it got anything to do with last week's challenge to find yourself a girlfriend? Has it? Because I heard that you failed, as usual, but the coracle did very well. And spent the night with a young lady from Rill. And you had to paddle home without the coracle. Is that right? Oh, I can see you don't want to talk about it. Okay, all right. So this week's challenge then? This week's challenge is to eat the coracle. That's going to take a while, isn't it? Get through that.
Could take anything from between 12 and 50 hours.
Yeah. Aren't you a bit worried that the seat might stick in your throat?
It could be very dangerous, and yet on the other hand, it can be all right.
So you're optimistic about all this, then?
Oh, very optimistic.
Oh.
I will do it.
Yeah.
Talking on a long-term view, I will do it.
Yes.
And I want to do it this first time.
First time, yeah. Well, you want to have it when it's hot, wouldn't you, really? You don't want to be eating cold coracle sandwiches for weeks after, will you? So what'll you do? Will you have the paddle as an hors d'oeuvre? Hors d'oeuvre. Hors d'oeuvre. Hors d'oeuvre. And I suppose the main course then will be coracle in the basket, will it? Because it already is in the basket. Sort of a joke they get around to do. OK, fair enough. Never mind. Ladies and gentlemen, Geraint Pillock.
Fact. Global warming is actually happening. Fact. Every time you drive your car, you make it worse. Fact. You're a stupid, thoughtless bastard. So what's the answer? The Gwilym Envirovan's the answer. Sustainable, safe, but above all, stylish. The Gwilym Envirovan doesn't just turn corners, it turns heads as well. And on a full tank of straw, the Envirovan has a range of nearly 500 yards. So it's ideal for those journeys where it would be more sensible to walk. Save the world today. Get a Gwilym Envirovan tomorrow.
Welcome back. Just have a look at my mail here, you know, see what's who's here we go. Dear Barry. A lot of people in Africa are starving, so surely the thing to do is open a lot of restaurants over there. Then everyone can have a slap-up meal. Yours sincerely, Schenkin Arse-Candle. Well, that's not a bad idea, Mr. Arse-Candle, not a bad idea. What's this? Dear Barry, I found £1 down the back of my settee yesterday. At a conservative estimate, there must be 40 million settees in the country. Good heavens. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out that that must amount to £40 million. Oh, right. Allowing for administrative costs, that's nearly £30 million. Why are administrative costs so high these days? Yours sincerely, Schenkin Arse-Candle again. Oh, right. Right, viewers' letters now, and here's one. And there it is. Let's have a look. Oh, dear Mr. Welsh. I have knitted you a nice scarf to keep you warm in the winter. I do hope you like it. I suffer from very bad arthritis, and it took me 10 weeks to do it. Very best wishes, Nora Potato. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mrs. Potato. That'll, Yes, that'll, I'm just opening a little present that's been sent in. That's, aftershave. Yes. Oh, a bit pungent. But very, very nice of somebody to send me a present. And let's see who I've got to thank for this. Oh, it is quite strong, actually. Dear Barry, it's me. I'm a great fan of yours, and I wanted to send you a lock of my hair, but unfortunately I'm totally bald. So I've sent you a sample of my urine instead. Let's go over to Fishguard again for more from Hugh Pugh, shall we? Oh. Hello, Hugh, are you there?
Why don't you tell him about the potatoes, you pervert? Barry, the only man in Wales to get VD off a potato.
No, that's not... It wasn't...
Oh, yeah. Been hanging around the greengrocers recently, fingering the King Edwards.
Stop all that.
I can just see you now in the kitchen, peeling the little brown skins and looking at them like a rabid parakeet.
What?
What do they know about you in the chip shop, you potato sexual? Hello. If you mention sexual equipment to any woman in Fishguard, the chances are she'd think of men's winkies. Chances are she'd be thinking of men's winkies anyway. But that's all changing. I'm standing in Cleo Lane. And just over there is Fishguard's very first sex shop, Rimbashers. Mr. Rimbasher, what sort of people have been coming here? I don't mean that in a dirty way.
All types of people. Intelligent, educated people, some that aren't so intelligent.
Stupid people.
They've asked us a few questions about the products because obviously this is all new to them. You know, a lot of them have never seen any of this merchandise before. You know, so there are bound to be a lot of curiosity, a lot of questions, which you have to expect with this type of shop.
Suddenly, everyone's gone sex mad. Harry Gobb, you're a milkman. How many times a week are you copulating with your customers now?
About 400, maybe more.
400? What about hand jobs? How many of those have you had today?
4 times in an hour by a policewoman.
The long arm of the law. Fishguard Council is so concerned at the effect all this sex is going to have on the birth rate that they're carrying out pregnancy tests on the urine of every woman in Fishguard. Even local celebrity Geraint Pillock is a customer of the sex shop. Geraint, you were in Rimbashers this morning buying a load of bondage gear. Why?
Mainly because it's a challenge. First of all, it's a challenge for me. Secondly, it's a challenge for the coracle.
Bloody hell, Geraint, I knew you liked the coracle, but I didn't realise it was a sex thing.
It has been done before.
Oh, I know, but it's still disgusting, though, isn't it? No, let's stop there. Stop the camera. News that Mr. Rimbasher's sexual equipment has entered the lives of everyone in Fishguard. And 1 or 2 objects have entered more than just their lives, if you know what I mean. Mr. Rimbasher, it seems that the old way of doing things, you know, the cucumber up the arse, the bowl of fresh fruit up the fanny, that's all in the past now. Don't you think that's rather sad?
I don't say sad. People or publicity companies, newspapers have been pushing the permissive society for a long time, which I don't think really exists.
Oh, yes, it does. There's a branch in Haverfordwest. Sorry. One last thing. I couldn't help noticing that you're selling posters of David Blunkett in the nude. Why is that?
I think it's needed.
Right. Thanks very much, Mr. Rimbasher. Oh, sorry. This is Hugh Pugh in Fishguard. Fishguard. Yes. Get up. Leave me alone, you tart.
What's past? What's about that then? What's goes past anyway? Told you.
Hello? The one good thing about having Parkinson's disease is you don't need an electric toothbrush. It's also quite handy when you're having a wank. Got to laugh, and you got to laugh, man. Not too much, or I'll find I've weed myself. Went into a hospital the other day, slipped on some semen on the floor of the bathroom. What the sailors were doing on the floor of the bathroom, I don't know. But in I went, and whenever a new patient comes into the geriatric ward, all the old men give him 3 cheers. Hip, hip, replacement. And it was nice to be looked after. Matron come up to me one morning and she said, "I'm a bit worried about you, mister. You haven't been to the toilet today." I said, yes, I have. You just haven't found it yet. But you do see some terrible things. The bloke in the next bed to me, the doctor said to him, I got some good news and some bad news. The good news is that when you leave this hospital, you'll have a penis that touches the floor. The bad news is that it'll be because we've cut your legs off. Hello. Work started this morning on the new Fishguard Underground Metro system. However, by lunchtime, the project had gone hugely over budget and had to be abandoned. There was a public health scare in Fishguard this week after contaminated hemorrhoid cream was sold to members of the public by mistake. Fishguard police believe the cream had been tampered with by a criminal. They say that their inquiries should lead to a number of arses. Sorry, a number of arrests. And finally, the town of Fishguard got itself a fire brigade today after years of campaigning. The volunteer force of part-time firemen was soon in action. A note is passed to Mr. Tupp in the post office, informing him of the blaze, and he quickly alerts his brave firefighting colleagues who drop everything and rush to the scene to do battle with the conflagration. Good.
Who's that? Come on, boys. Quick. I'll get him. Hop in, boys. Right. Oh. Yeah. Got a bit young and down. Right, got
Right.
so what's that?
Fix 'em on.
What is it? I've got it, yeah.
It was just pure bad luck that the fire went out 2 hours before they got there. Mayor of Fishguard, Mr. Kenny Twat, said he was relieved that Fishguard people could now set fire to their homes in complete safety.
Well, you'll be relieved to know that I've got another job at HTV. Not enough of that Barry Welsh show anyway, all the muck and filth. Be glad to see the back of it. Yes, I don't mind saying that HTV is going to be much cleaner from now on. Cheerio.
Oh, for f***'s sake, what stupid c*** put that there? What do you think about all that stuff where we take the piss out of Fishguard?
I object to it.
What about where we cut up old interviews to make people look stupid?
I object to it. I don't care for the idea at all.
It's hard luck then, isn't it, really?